Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. So yesterday I spent all day working on my fall transplanting. We are just shy of about 6 weeks to my first frost date, and that is of course the time that you want to get all your fall transplanting done. That's kind of like the due date. Also, any of the plants that you want to get in the ground in the fall, you want to get them done before the 6 weeks. The 6 week pre-first frost date, that's a mouthful. You want to get it done before that mark because that will give the plants plenty of time for their roots to kind of settle in and get them some growth and get them in their nice new home before the first frost hits and before the cold of the winter hits. So having said that, I here in Northern California, zone 9B, I live in Davis. We are 6 weeks before that time. So it's go time for me. I need to be getting all these plants transplanted. I worked a couple hours yesterday. I posted that video yesterday, but I didn't get everything done. The thing that I do want to get done today is I really want to transplant my Evolvulus, blew my mind, from Proven Winners. I have about 5 or 6 of them. They're beautiful. I love them, except for they're getting completely smothered in the place that I put them. So I want to get them taken out. I'm probably going to have to prune back some of my bougainvillea and probably have to prune back some of my Supertunia Mini Vista Pink Star, just so that I can get to them. So it's kind of going to be like a cleanup day / transplanting day. So let's get going. Okay, I am all done. I've got 3 of the 5 Evolvulus Blew My Mind transplanted right over here, right underneath the Santa Barbara Salvia. I have the other 2. I think I'm gonna go offer them to my neighbor across the street, Gwen. She was telling me that she wanted some dwarf morning glory, and I honestly don't have any other place to put the extra 2. So I'm really happy with where I got those. I've got the drip hooked up to them. I think that they'll be happy in their new spot. Yes, it kind of looks like they're covered, smothered again by this Santa Barbara Salvia. However, this guy doesn't get this big until this time of year. This is the time of year that it shines and it starts blooming, and you saw that I harvested some of those blooms that I'm actually going to save for some Christmas decorations because they dry really well. But for most of the year, this plant isn't that big. So I think that the Evolvulus Blew My Mind will be really happy in that spot, and it'll get a nice dose of sun and heat for it to bloom. All right, so here's the whole area. Yes, Bob is right there. He's kind of getting in my way, honestly. I had to move him for a little bit so I can move around there, just to get like drip and everything like that installed. But starting over here, this whole area is just looking so gorgeous right now. And I have to say, the addition of these iceberg roses, I am so happy with it. And I honestly want more, because I was just sitting here and I was transplanting and I could smell them, and they smelled so incredibly gorgeous. I love them. So I have Helen von Stein lamb's ear. I have Mystic Spire's blue salvia. I have white iceberg roses. Underneath that, I have Supertunia jazzberry that's obviously going to come out soon. And then right to the left of that, I put 3 of the Evolvulus Blew My Mind. So I cut them back so they don't really look like anything right now. I probably planted them a little close, but if I feel like they're too close, I'll just pop this one out and kind of put it over there. And like I said, it's right underneath this Salvia leucantha, or Santa Barbara Salvia. This is the white version, which I think is so incredibly beautiful. And I actually think I'm going to come out here and harvest even more of these blooms, because I think it will go so perfectly with my Christmas decorations. And I just think that would be so pretty. So I transplanted these, hooked them up with drip, and then I had to come over here and I had to fix the drip with these sparkling rosé Verbena that I have kind of a loop around here. This one isn't looking so hot, but there are still leaves on it. So I don't know, it might be okay. I'm just going to leave it right there. And then you can see, here's one. I left a couple of blooms on this one just so you guys could see it. So these were in my backyard, and they were in a little bit more shade, and they were not blooming well at all, as compared to my mom's that is in full sun and just was blooming absolutely gorgeous. So I think that will be a really pretty drift of pink right there that goes into the Blew My Mind blue, like a true blue. And then over here, obviously I'm not going to have these jazzberries here, but I'm pretty sure that I'm just going to replace this with something else. I think I want to put a bubblegum there for next spring, because I think the bubblegum pink with the white and the blue over here, oh, I just think that will be so pretty. Then over here in this area, I had to hook these unplugged So Blue salvia that don't look very nice right now, but faith in planting, right? I had to hook those up to a drip, and then I did pop in 3 of these Homestead Verbena. And this is probably, gosh, I don't know. I don't want to say it's my favorite verbena, because I really like the sparkling amethyst Superbena, but I love this verbena. It is so hardy and it's so robust, and these blooms, like they are like neon purple. They are so gorgeous and they just pop. You can definitely see them. So what I'm trying to do in this whole back area is bring in some more color, because I do have my annual swoop right here that's looking gorgeous, by the way. Look at how these Snow Princess Sweet Alyssum or Lobularia, look at how they've just kind of popped back. They kind of died back when it was super hot and we had that heat wave, but now that it's cooled down a little bit, they are back and they are looking gorgeous, so pretty. So I have all this color here. I'm always going to have all this color here, and then I just don't have a ton of color back here. So I'm really focusing on bringing as much color in this back area as I can. So everything I'm putting in, I'm just trying to make sure it has as much color as possible. So the Homestead Verbena is going to help with that. The Sparkling Rosé is going to help with that. Blew My Mind Evolvulus is definitely going to help with that. Okay, so Bob hopes that you enjoyed this video, and I hope you all have a chance to get into your garden today. And you all know my neighbors are looking at me like I'm crazy.